there, and welcome to the Creatives Get Real podcast. We are so excited that you're joining us. I'm Roben-Marie Smith.
And I'm Sandi, Keene, and we're here having conversations during this crazy time and asking you to join us.
Yes, we're happy that you're here. We're glad you're listening. Be sure to subscribe, hit that little button, whichever application you're using to listen to us. We want you to subscribe so you don't miss any of our episodes. So we appreciate you being here. How's it going, Sandi?
Absolutely. It's going pretty well. How about you?
I'm okay.
Yeah. Here's our standard answer. Good enough.
Good enough. We're okay.
Yeah, definitely. Well, at least we have something to talk about today that we hear about all the time. And it seems to be a need that we would like to meet. So this is a good topic. Mm-hmm. Do you want to introduce it?
I do. Can you buy confidence in the art supply store?
Wouldn't it be nice?
Awesome. A whole aisle where you could just pick your package of confidence, whatever that is. Wouldn't that be awesome?
It would be. Like, what color confidence do you want? Like, I want mine to be turquoise and I want a 40% off coupon. How about you?
I want big, bright pink. I want it to be big. And yes to the coupon for sure.
Yeah. So we vote yes. But you brought this up because this is something that you've been hearing at Makers Tech. I hear it in coaching all the time.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So we have some solutions for people. So tell me what it is. What are people saying to you? What are you hearing about lack of confidence?
Yeah. One of my members in Makers Tech U, she brought this up during one of our live sessions, and she had said, how do I present myself as an expert, or how do I come across as knowing what I'm talking about and being confident in that when I don't feel it? It's that idea that, okay, I have so much knowledge and I have so much ability, but when does that mindset change to where it's like, okay, I'm confident in this and I can then talk about it and I can help others in this area. And I think it's more than just, I took a class on this and now I'm an expert. I think it's deeper than that, but that was really an interesting one because even I struggle with that. There's times when I'm like, I get a question, I go, oh, well, I know what the answer is or how I would answer it, but what if I'm wrong? What if I give the wrong advice? Or what if I don't know enough to give somebody else that answer, even though I would go with that answer myself?
Right.
That's kind of, how that stemmed from. How about you? What form do you kind of hear it in when you're dealing with your coaching clients?
Yeah. I hear it all the time. I think it's across the board. And it's people who, they are artists or creatives and they do something that they want to make into a business. And so they have this passion, but they don't feel like they have the confidence to back it up. Like everything is scary. It's as if there are Instagram police who can come and tell, fine you. I'm sorry, your confidence level is a 3. You need at least a 5 to post this. So we're going to pull your post.
Oh gosh, that's a great way of putting it, for sure.
Yeah, but there isn't. There aren't police. And I think what is the most important for people to know is that lack of confidence is what everyone has. It's like, that primary art supply that everyone has. Yes, everyone feels that way. And like you said, even you, even I coach. I want to talk about, I can tell somebody something that can affect the way they run their business. That's a huge responsibility. And so there are times in everyone's lives, including mine, where you're like, give me a moment. I want to think that through because this answer is going to be important.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. I have the confidence to say that.
Yeah.
But yeah, everyone starts off. Can you think of like a time in your journey where you were just smack right up against your own lack of confidence and it stalled you? Like, is there a moment that you remember?
It was kind of a moment where you and I were talking, and it became clear to me that through offering much of my services for free, that you were like, what are you doing? This is your business. And, there's a certain amount of free is good and, helping.
Mm-hmm.
And my answer was, there's no pressure for me if I'm doing it for free. If I mess up and I'm wrong, then I don't feel as accountable than if I were being paid or if it was a business arrangement. And it really hit me, wow, you need to work on this, because number one, you can't run a business by offering all your services for free. And two,
that's called a charity.
That's right. And it's like, wait a minute, but yet I'll go at it fervently with such confidence as long as I'm not taking any money for it. And it's like, wait a minute. And so I think that was a turning point for me. It was like, whoa. And it was like, wow, I really am struggling with this and I need to work on it. I need to really, why am I feeling like this? So conversation that we had that related to that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember having an Instagram account, and the first time that I went into that bio and I put the word artist on my account, and how hard that was. And I really did, just wait for the emails to come in that said, who do you think you are? You're not an artist. And we all face that. And we all have that lack of confidence. And you know what it is? It's just a matter of, for me at least, was to just start stepping out and doing it and kind of faking it until you make it.
Yeah.
Because you still don't have the confidence, even though you have friends all around you who are telling you your art, your art is special, you're special, you can do this, all of this. So you have all these people lifting you up, but it's still you that's holding you back. Right. And you just have to get past that, and you just walk through it. There's no way to jump over it. No. You walk through it, and you just deal with that. I am an artist. That feels really uncomfortable, but I'm going to live with it until it no longer feels uncomfortable.
Right. And relating to that, the dreaded question, well, what do you do? I will avoid that at all costs, because I don't have that confidence to explain it. Even now I'll still struggle with it, but it used to be, I'm really working on it, and I've done well now to where I would say, well, I'm a mixed media artist. And then I'd have to say, now I'm not a fine artist. I'm not that level artist, and they're looking at you like, okay, well, what are you then? Are you an artist or you're not an artist? So, but I think it's clarifying that, so that it is like, why do I have to clarify my level of whatever?
Right.
And it's tough. And I agree, I never used to say the word artist, I'm like, but I am an artist. I can say that with confidence. But, I think it's just that we don't see ourselves the way others see us, whether it's our personality or whatever, in our art as well. I mean, we are far more critical of our own self and our own work than anyone is of us.
Absolutely.
And it's tough to, get past that mindset, or like you said, move through that and just keep pushing through that.
Yeah, just walk through it.
Yeah.
And there are so many benefits, and we've talked about some of these before, but I want to bring them up again. And one of them is to post your art as encouragement for others. And that means that you post your good stuff that you're really proud of, and you post the stuff that you struggle with. I mean, we talked about this last week. Right. I have stuff that I struggle with and go like, here, this is what I did. This is crap. But you have to do that because it gives other people permission to post when they're not great at something yet, to show their progress, to say, hey, I'm just learning this medium or this technique, but look, I gave it a try, and I'm brave enough to say, I'm learning this. And that gives others the confidence to post. It's like, if we all wait until we're great at something to post, how is that sharing?
But who defines what great is? Who
True.
says this is great and this is not? because we all see things through different eyes. So it's like, well, who's going to be making that decision? If you're going to wait, you're probably going to wait a long, long time, because it's whatever you're deciding is great based on what? Well, I don't paint like Monet, so I am never going to be posting. How do who determines that? And I think that's that we tend to put those barriers in place. It's like, well, it's not as good as so-and-so's, but so-and-so started somewhere. They didn't start where at the very end. They started at the beginning, and, they had to move through that process as well. Yeah.
One of the techniques that I like to suggest, if I have a person who is fairly new to wanting a business and they're dealing with a lot of confidence issues, is I like for them to find another person who is in a similar place as they are, and to invite them to team up with you, and you encourage each other. That makes such a huge difference in people's lives, is to have someone that says, what do you mean? That's great. I post that. It's beautiful. Post it.
Right.
It really, really helps.
Well, and part of that too is that, we've talked a lot about being creative and being kind of in our own little world and by ourselves. And, it's just like if you had somebody sitting next to you and you're creating and they're like, oh my gosh, that looks awesome. And you're like, really? It does? And they're like, yeah, I like this, this, and this. And I like how you did that, and show me how you did it. You would feel so differently about what you're doing.
Yes.
But when you're alone and you're not, you're hesitant, and that insecurity starts to pour in, and you're just like, ugh. But that is a wonderful idea. Sort of like I don't want to say an accountability partner, but it's an encouraging partner. It's that person.
Yeah, a confidence partner.
There you go, confidence partner. I love that. Yeah, that's great advice.
So many wonderful friendships are made that way. I'm sure. Well, I know it's happened with you and I, and it happens with Ray and I. That she, Ray Mysticman, she'll show me something like, yeah, I made this, but it's not really great. And I'm like, my hands are on the side of my head going, are you out of your mind? That is gorgeous. Post it. And I will insist that she posts it, and she will. And, wow, I got a really good response on this. Yes, you did. Because it's wonderful.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if she didn't have, or you didn't have, or if I didn't have that person saying, oh my gosh, here's what I love, we probably would never show it.
Yeah, you're right. But it's through somebody else's eyes who's seeing it and then being encouraging. Yeah. That's so important. Confidence partner. Yeah, I like that.
I do too. I think that if you're struggling with confidence, your assignment, your homework is to find a confidence partner.
And I think I think it'd be important to identify where that is coming from. What is it? And that's hard to get to. It's hard to get to the root of that. I think when you're thinking of fear, the fear that's partly related, I think, to that confidence. You're absolutely, you're worried about what people are going to think. Are they going to think it's stupid? Or, what is that underlying thing that, is it something in the business realm of, well, and we've talked about this before because I've dealt with this and still do. It's not always fear of success or failure. It's also fear of success. It's the fear of, if I do well and everything is going good, wow, the expectation on me now is going to be even more. Am I going to be able to show up, deliver, do, and then you start getting panicky, about it. But I think it's just kind of analyzing it. What is it about this situation that's causing you not to feel confident? Why do you feel like you're not in a position to say, I'm an expert in this, or this, or whatever? If you need to just start out small, start out with just posting, talking about it, because then you'll start feeling more confident when people start asking you questions, and then you're answering those questions, you're providing that answer, then people are coming to you. It's just like when I was bombarded over, time with tech questions. you're the person we need to talk to about this. And then the tech, it's like, well, hey, I don't. And then it's like, well, wait a minute, I have the answers to these questions. I can do this, you know? So I think it's just putting yourself out there, and little by little, it's not going to happen overnight. You'll start gaining that confidence. But
exactly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Confidence partners. I think that's the key.
I like it. I agree.
Yes.
So if you are lacking confidence, take a look. Why? What do you think is the reason? What one step can you take, even if it's a confidence partner, or if it's just posting and sharing and just kind of overcoming that little bit of a hurdle? You know, what is that first step that you can make?
And stop judging your own work.
Yes.
Just share it. You know, don't get out the red pen and have to put a grade at the top of everything that you make. I'm sorry, that was a D+.
Right. I mean, and hello, although I have to say, I have gotten comments that most of that was on YouTube and not on Instagram, where you're basically told your work is crap. But that doesn't happen very often, if ever, people.
Right.
Really, you're not going to have people that are going to do that. And if they do, they're just trolling, and you can just delete.
Delete and block. Delete and block. You don't need that in your life.
It's not about you, it's about them. And there's going to be people, but for the most part, it doesn't really happen.
So 99.5% of the people out there are so encouraging, so uplifting, so supportive. Yeah. And you will find people, your tribe, you know, you'll find your people, and you will find new friends by just putting yourself out there.
Yep. Be brave.
Yes. All right. I think that's good advice.
I do too. Well, thanks for listening, everyone. And we will see you next week. We'll be here next week.
Sounds good. Thank you for listening to this episode of Creatives Get Real.
We love hearing from you. So hop on over to Instagram and leave us a comment. And we also appreciate reviews on iTunes.
And you can find me, Sandi Keene, at sandykeene.com, and my classes at popupartclasses.com.
And you can find me, Roben-Marie Smith, at robenmarie.com. And if you're looking for and need tech support, check out my membership site, makerstechu.com.